All right. A little bit late today. Whatever. Not like I have a rigorous schedule for this. I'll be keeping it fairly short again. Obviously, by fairly short, I mean an hour-ish, hopefully. Maybe even like 45 minutes if I don't have too much to say. There's honestly not a lot of media out right now. So I'm kind of just catching up on stuff mainly. And come on, Bane, get down. Oh, my cat just jumped in my lap. And he's rubbing the microphone. Oh, cats are fucking ridiculous. They just kind of do what they want, huh? Anyway, so college football started. That's exciting for a lot of people. I would call myself generally a relatively big fan. Um, I went to Tennessee for college, so I root for them. They played Chattanooga yesterday, which, if you know anything, obviously Chattanooga is super tiny. Tennessee probably paid them to come play, would be my guess. Oh, sorry, a little bit of a cold. And yeah, I mean it was just a beat down. There was actually no interesting games yesterday. Like Notre Dame, Texas A&M was probably the most interesting, and Notre Dame actually took care of business, which surprised me because I expected them to lose. Notre Dame is typically pretty overrated, and Texas A&M is kind of a weird team right now because they lost their coach, obviously, but they're still a super talented team. Damn it. So yeah, I was a little bit surprised by that, but Georgia just ground Clemson down. No surprise there. And beyond that, there was really nothing interesting. Bane, knock it off. God, this cat, man. He literally has just been sleeping. And I guess because now he knows I'm fucking streaming, he's like, oh, let me play with the microphone cord and generally just be a little shithead. He's named Bane, by the way, for Star Wars, not Batman. A lot of people think Bane from Dark Knight Rises. No. Get down. Yeah, I have a new setup, so hey, what's up, Mr. Divine? I have a new setup, so I have this big desk now. I'm playing on a TV instead of my second monitor, which is nice. But yeah, he's just been living it up because he's got all this room to walk around on stuff now. So I won't talk too much about college football because I know that that's not what my channel is really for. Hold on, let me get signed in. Fucking OBS, man. Apparently, I somehow got signed out on OBS. And when that happens, I can't see the chat quite as easily in OBS. I have to wait for the stupid update on the live stream. So that's getting signed in now. Anyway. Yeah, media-wise, there's really not much going on right now. I've been listening to a shitload of the Kill Tony show. And he's hilarious. Like, I don't know how these roast guys come up with jokes so quickly. But he just destroys people in real time. It's hilarious. Like, there was a Mexican guy who talked about playing hockey. And Kill Tony immediately was like, oh, I thought Mexican guys hated ICE, which is a good fucking joke. Because obviously ICE is the people who deport people, but then obviously ICE for hockey. It's a good fucking joke. And he just came up with it seemingly instantaneously. I mean, I know it's pre-recorded, so I guess maybe they could bullshit, but it doesn't feel like that to me. It seems like it's all in front of an audience, and they do it all live. Hey, what's up, Tyler? But yeah, Kill Tony, it's hilarious. My wife hates it because some of the stand-ups are super bad. Very cringe. Man, I forgot this fucking dog thing. It's been a long time since I played this game. And there we go. Yeah, anyway. So I've been listening to like a shitload of Kill Tony. I've still only seen one episode of Terminator Zero, which I can't tell what people think in general. It seems to be kind of a mixed bag. Like, I thought the first episode was a pretty good setup, but I don't know if that's the consensus or if the show gets better or worse. It's not super clear to me. But I like the obviously anime style. They did the one thing that I really, it's kind of a pet peeve with anime, where they give the like women usually like big lips, because it just looks so out of place in anime, where the mouth, instead of being like a line, is like this weird puffy thing on their face. The only other show I think I can name off the top of my head that did it was Erased, with the mom. The mom has the big lips. And it's just one of those choices that I'm like, why? Like, it doesn't ruin the show or anything. It's just like a weird, just kind of a weird aesthetic. I don't know. But have I been watching Cobra Kai? No, I've heard good things about it, and I think it's finishing up, right? Like, it had the first half of season 6 come out or something, and they're going to release the second half in like a month or ish. I don't know exactly what the timeline is, but I know that Netflix has started to do that sort of in general, where they do like for Ozark, big honkers. Mr. Divine said for a second there, I thought you were going to say big honkers. No, I don't mind those. I've accepted that that's just part of anime. But actually, I didn't even think about that. I'm sure the main chick has big titties. It's fucking anime. But she's been wearing mainly like this kind of bulky armor-ish stuff. So I don't know what she looks like under there. But I think it's probably safe to assume she's curvy, because, Japan understands that people watch TV for an element of escapism and fantasy. So every woman has a waistline about as big as my ankle and titties about as big as my fucking head, which is how it should be for entertainment. I mean, if I want to see realistic, I'll go fucking look in the mirror. No one needs to see that shit. Oh, you bastard. But yeah, the first episode I thought was solid. I saw someone super chat into, oh, you son of a bitch. I don't know if it was Nerdrotic or Geeks and Gamers. They super chatted into somebody and said that it was dog shit. And I didn't feel that way, but maybe it gets worse. I don't know. And also, I'll be honest, the Terminator timeline is so just butchered at this point that I don't even know like what I would think, like what I think of the timeline, because they essentially just keep doing resets and weird shit. I mean, I didn't even watch Dark Fate, but I heard that it started off with them killing John Connor. So, like, those kind of decisions, I mean, what the fuck are you supposed to do with that? You know? But no, I got distracted. I haven't seen Cobra Kai. I've heard good things about it. I just haven't seen it. And it's crazy that show started as a fucking YouTube series. Like on YouTube Red or whatever. Cobra Kai is pretty good. The scenes between the kids are not amazing, but as the series goes on, they get better acting. Viewed through a lens of Karate Kid camp, it's gold. Yeah, I was wondering that too, about how much of it is just nostalgia, or if it really is just like a decent show. Because, I mean, everyone that I've heard talk about it has only said positive things. I haven't heard anyone be like, yeah, it's dog shit or whatever. But I do know that there's definitely some suspension of disbelief, and police seem to be non-existent in the world and that sort of thing. Well, that's fucking great, you little bastard. Yeah, the Terminator franchise has become a joke. Oh my god, I fucking missed him. Well, son of a bitch. Fucking Yoshi. Yeah, I mean, you had that weird shit in Genesis where they seriously? That shit in Genesis where they casted Jai Courtney and Emilia Clarke. And that was just a really bad casting. I feel like oh my god, I'm fucking getting destroyed this game. And I don't understand, like, I like Emilia Clarke. I think she's obviously super hot. But she seems like she should be probably in rom-coms or something. But they keep doing the thing where they're like, oh, let's make her like the boss bitch and be stoic. But then her stoicism comes off to me as like, I don't know if I want to say deadpan or bored or just not very, like, you can be stoic and charismatic, and she is not, as far as I can tell. And then, yeah, they I think Terminator Genesis, like, undid T2, if I remember right. I only watched it one time because I remember just thinking, like, why would I spend my fucking time with this dog shit? But, I think it, like, resets the entire franchise. And they have that one guy with the curly hair be the Terminator, who I think is a good actor. But that dude, it just seems like he's never in fucking anything that's good at all. Like, he's always in dog shit. Outside of maybe War of the Planet of the Apes, I like. And then they had that super skinny chick be the next Terminator, I think. In Dark Fate? I think is what it's called. Oh, you fucking whore. There we go. I just don't understand that franchise. Like, it's definitely outstayed its welcome. And it's funny, I was talking to Kaiju in my chat, or in the comments of my Terminator video, and he was like, there's only 2 Terminator movies. And I was like, yeah, and 2 Alien movies. And then somebody, I think it was Jay, chimed in and was like, oh my god, son of a bitch, I keep dying. But yeah, like, there's so many franchises that just will not go away. I wish I remember what movie Jay mentioned. Because I said Predator also. Although I'll be honest, the second Predator movie is not for me. But I know it seems to be like the general consensus is that people overall seem to enjoy it. But it's not. I thought it was a neat idea and they just made a terrible fucking movie. I don't really know what else to say about it. I fucking hated that movie. Tyler says Zabka is really fucking good. What's Zabka? Am I just drawing a blank here? Am I retarded? The fuck is Zabka? Oh, what's up, Shamrock? Yeah, Shamrock and I played some Xbox last night till I passed out like a fucking old man. Sorry, Shammy. So not only did I suck, as usual, I fucking fell asleep like a boomer. Full on fucking boomer mode. Oh my god, this level is just eating my ass. Oh, there we go. Yep, fucking lost him again. Got him. Wow, that was lucky. Oh, he's in Cobra Kai. Okay, William Zabka. So is he the main guy, or is he just like a side character? Shamrock says I had her concerned because I just vanished. Yeah, and then apparently my fucking Xbox took like an hour to turn itself off when I fucking dozed off. Jesus Christ. Man, once you hit 30, it really is just your body's just like, I've had enough. It's like, nah, I'm good, man. Like you're not getting well, obviously you're not getting any fucking younger, but you're not even getting like the benefit of the doubt of just being he's the main like your energy levels and stuff just fucking evaporate. Even dieting and exercising, like you feel better, but sometimes there's just nothing there. Okay, Tyler says he's the main guy in Cobra Kai. Yeah, I mean, I would imagine he's pretty good given that he's carried the show, it sounds like, for 6 seasons. Damn it. Fucking Mario, man. He's getting lit up in this level. Maybe I should just try to finish it, huh? Ugh. Oh, sorry. I tried to sneeze away from the microphone. I'm not sure how much that caught. Yeah, Cobra Kai, it's so crazy that started as a fucking web show. Seriously, that's kind of a bitch ass move from this level. To hide the flower behind the rocks like that. But yeah, I've heard good things. I've heard you essentially have to pretend that police just don't exist in that world. Thanks, Shamrock. She said bless you because I sneezed. Poor Shamrock probably feels like my fucking mom the last couple of days. Me fucking dozing off on her and stuff. No, fuck you, Bandit. But yeah, Cobra Kai, I've only heard good things, so it's one of those that I like considered checking out, but was just kind of on, and I just never got into it. I think my brother-in-law has recently recommended it also, but it sounds like people are not loving the newest season, which is always a bit disappointing, you know. Just as seasons go, it seems like finishing strong is one of the hard things for writing, especially when you have a series instead of, just a movie or whatever. And I feel like the mistake that most shows make, and it looks like Jujutsu Kaisen is about to make this mistake also, is that they want the climax to be at the end instead of have your climax and then take the time that you need to. Damn it, prick. Take the time that you need to like to wrap things up. Oh, I see. Tyler says they didn't really have anywhere to go other than just do the things that they usually do, but more for the final season. Yeah, see, that's the kind of thing that I feel like it takes a huge amount of self-control to be like, we had this really popular thing, but we also know that we need to end it, which is obviously a bummer. You don't want a show to go on too long and just get bad. That's obviously not what you want to hear. Like when they've run out of ideas, but they had the contract or whatever the case is, and they're getting paid, and they're just trying to keep it going. That's a bummer. Fuck off, Cactus. bitch. So that's a bummer. And what I was going to say though about the writing was, just your basic bitch like writing formula. You want your closure to be roughly 5 to 10% of your story. Is like the rule of thumb, whatever you want to say. Just kind of your general standard writing practice. And the problem with these shows is that they want the climax to be the end. And then a lot of the times they want things to be surprising and catch you off guard and blah, blah, blah. So they end up doing things, I think, that just make no sense because they don't have, they're like, oh, we need a twist. Like, we need something to happen. You fucking whore. Fuck off, cactus. My Yoshi's getting my ass eaten up. So, I feel like they don't have the discipline or the self-control, or maybe it's the production studios. Who knows, right? It just feels like they always go too long. And then because they want the final episode to be the big one, really what they should probably do in general is your climax should be like right at the beginning of the episode. And then you use the entire last episode or, like 90% of the last episode to wrap your story up. But they never want to do that, which is a bummer. I mean, obviously you've seen things like this with Game of Thrones, a lot of even comedies. It feels like people hate the ending. Like, I'm pretty sure MASH had a very unpopular ending. I know Seinfeld, people shit all over the end. I thought it was fine. That's a show that, like, because it doesn't have an overarching plot, other than, you just have 4 people who are pieces of shit. Like, there's nowhere for it to go. Like, there's not really a way to wrap that up, I think, that would be satisfactory to most people. So, yeah, it sucks that it sounds like they're not doing too hot with the ending, but, I mean, it sounds like you got 5 good seasons, right? Which is pretty cool. Something else that was a YouTube thing was, that I thought was pretty good was, damn it, was Mortal Kombat. I don't know if it was called Mortal Kombat Legacy, maybe. They did like a live action thing. And they actually got the guy back who played Shang Tsung. They got him back to be Shang Tsung again, which is fucking awesome. Because obviously that movie from, was it 95 or something? Was like super fucking cheesy. But I did not give a shit. Like, fucking love that movie. I don't care how bad it is. I still watch it every once in a while. And you get to see Liu Kang, do all his fucking yelling and stuff. It's a classic. It's not a good movie, but I don't care. I fucking love it. Oh shit. Yep. I just killed myself. But yeah, I hope that the Terminator show doesn't end up that way, because I've seen super chats saying both. I've seen super chats saying it's good, and super chats saying that it's dog shit. I'm not sure if any of you guys watched my recent video about it. I just covered the first episode because that's all I've seen so far. But it seems like it's setting up for a pretty good story. I like the characters. And I think it's an interesting idea. I don't know if it's supposed to be an alternate timeline or if it's supposed to be canon, because, I mean, who the hell knows, right? With Terminator, like, everything could be canon. And would it really fucking matter? Like, at the end of the day, they've just fucked everything so much with the time travel. I agree with Kaiju that there should only be 2 Terminators that people care about. Like, it's just like Alien, Predator. Just another franchise that got fucking butchered, which is just such a bummer. because it's like, why? I don't know. I think for me the frustration really is like, why can they not find anyone competent? Because what they end up doing, and this is what I was talking to Kaiju about in my comments of the Terminator video, was what they end up doing is either one, they just rehash everything, so you get like a shittier version of the original, or two, you get something just fucking terrible that completely breaks your story. Like, I think Alien Romulus, I said it was like middling when I first saw it. I actually kind of think, like, after listening to other people talk about it, I'm like, man, does it fuck up the entire franchise? Like, because, obviously in Aliens, no one believes Ripley about the alien even existing, or like the xenomorph. And, it's supposed to be like a 70-year gap. And now you have this shit at 20 years where it's a fucking vessel from the company. Yeah, that's one that I kind of think might actually fuck up the franchise. Then you get the weird stuff with like Predator. Was it the Predators or Predators? Where they make like the main kid autistic. And that's like his superpower, or like the next step in fucking evolution or something. I don't know. I've only seen clips of that fucking movie. I have not watched it because, again, it's one of those I've only heard miserable things about. I never bothered to see Prey because I just didn't have any fucking interest at all. Like, come here, you little rat. Yeah, I mean, you just get these franchises that just get run into the fucking ground. It's a bummer. Come here, you little prick. So it's just a bummer. Like, and then movie-wise right now, there's not shit coming out. Did I watch Robot Head's take on it? Oh, what? Terminator 0 or Predator or Alien? I was kind of bitching about a lot of stuff there. I mean, I've only seen Robot Head's. No, it wasn't. Was it him that people were fucking roasting about his Godzilla take, or maybe it was the movie Cynic? Somebody had a similar take to me on Godzilla X Kong. My video was titled like, it's one of the worst movies I've ever seen. And I was not exaggerating. That wasn't like a clickbait title. That was really how I felt about that fucking thing. I hated it. Like, if you're going to be a retarded movie, at least have fun. And that movie wanted to be, benefit from both being retarded and be taken seriously. Like, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. The stuff with the humans in that movie is supposed to be serious. And it's just bad. Oh, come on. Don't make me go back. I mean, Robot Head in general, does he hang out with, like, EFAP and Critical Drinker and them? I feel like he does, right? Because I feel like, Alien Romulus. Yeah, chat's slow, I know. No, I actually haven't seen his take on it. I've just heard a bunch of people talk about it. And, people who are more... Like, I would say I'm like kind of a normie on Alien. Like, I haven't read any of the extra material. I've watched the originals a couple times, but I'm not like a diehard person. Damn it. He's been on a couple of EFAPs. I thought so. Yeah, thanks, Shamrock. I thought he's been on there because I've I definitely have seen something from him, but I cannot remember what it is right now. So maybe it was just EFAP. But in general, he seems to have, I would say, mostly good takes from what I've seen. I can't remember if there's something that I really disagree with him on. I mean, obviously, when you watch EFAP, you kind of know that, you know, they don't like most things. That's sort of the nature of it. Whether that's because they're overly critical or they're autistic or whatever you want to say, it's kind of up to your judgment. But no, I haven't seen it. Did he shit all over it, Mr. Divine? Because everyone that I've seen has been way harsher on Romulus than I was. Although, admittedly, my opinion of it since seeing it has gone down. Like, once I had a little bit more time to think about it. Oh, fuck. Fucking pin just slid out of my chair. Almost fell out. Jesus Christ. Today's just not a good day. Ah, okay. Long story short, Alien Romulus contradicts everything else. Yeah, that's kind of what I've been hearing too. I've heard people say that it actually contradicts Alien and Aliens, and then maybe even stuff like Prometheus, although that one I feel like hasn't really been explored as much as the fact that people were just like, why the hell was Prometheus? Fucking Tyler. It's like filthy casual being embodied by his chair. Yeah, the fucking pin slides out in this thing, and every time I almost fall. Because it's one of those chairs that if you lean it back, like with the pin out, you can lean like pretty fucking far. So, when you do that suddenly, because I've got my weight on it, my fucking feet go flailing and stuff. I'm glad I'm not a video tuber. You guys would be laughing your fucking ass off. Istad just called me a boomer. You still celebrating the win? Istad went to Tennessee with me. We were roommates. He was always trying to catch me on that gay shit, but I held him off for 2 years. Fucking homo. What is that from? Fucking Queer? Oh, the Departed. Jesus Christ. Fucking firefighters. Fucking queers. Yeah, it was a good day for Tennessee fans. Apparently, people seem to think that Nico's going to live up to what the hype was. So, I guess we'll see a little bit more next week when they play NC State. But yeah, Romulus just sucked my ass. Like, and it's one of those movies too that, when you do a slow build up, that's fine if you get a good payoff. But when you do a slow build up and the movie sucks a big dick, then you're like, wow, this is just a boring piece of shit. Like, there's no payoff, or it's underwhelming. I just talked about something else recently having an underwhelming payoff, and I cannot fucking remember what it is right now. What was it? Oh, it was Deadpool and Wolverine. That movie spent like an hour and fucking 20 minutes hyping up the worst Wolverine, saying that he had that he had this tragic backstory and blah blah blah, and fucking his backstory was nothing. His backstory was everyone died when I was out for a beer. Cool. No one gives a fuck. Like, I mean, give me a fucking break. And you see this, I feel like in stuff that really relies on mystery, I feel like you see this a lot, where stuff builds up and you're like, man, this fucking payoff better be epic. And then it's just dog shit, like half the time. That was an underwhelming and unearned ending. So that was from Shamrock. Yeah, I mean, it's just... Are you talking about Lost? Because I actually didn't watch Lost, but J.J. Abrams did that, so that's no surprise there, right? And he is a mystery box fucking machine. I never saw Deadpool and Wolverine. A friend of mine was saying that I should see it. And I told him I heard about all the cameos, and he said that's the best part. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll spoil a little bit for you. It's been a month now, and if you don't want to see it, then it's up to you. But Jesus Christ, my Yoshi is getting his ass torn up today. I thought the Blade one to me was like could have been the cool cameo, and I like Wesley Snipes. I think he's great in fucking Blade. He's great in White Men Can't Jump. He's funny as shit in that movie. I don't know if you guys have seen it. Super 90s. Definitely recommend though. If you haven't seen it, like it's very 90s. Like the clothes and everything. You got your mama jokes. Like if you're wanting a movie that just encapsulates the 90s, White Men Can't Jump might be fucking it. I mean, I like it, but it's 90s. I mean, there's no other way to fucking say it. But it's good. It's got good commentary on racial stuff without fucking being racist, which is like, a unicorn in today's bullshit going on with every movie being about race, but also being fucking retarded. Oh, Tyler says he's not going to see it. He knows all the cameos. Yeah, I mean, that's a movie that, like, obviously I bitched to my wife about it a lot. And she went and saw it with her brothers when they were in town a couple weeks ago, which is why I couldn't stream. And she was like, it was fine, but it was long. And it's so funny. People were, like, pissed in my comments because... Oh, Tyler says Wesley Snipes is amazing and White Men Can't Jump. Yeah, he's fucking awesome. I mean, he is hilarious. Him and Woody Harrelson were just such a good combo. But what I was going to say was even my wife was like, yeah, it just felt long. Like it was just a long movie. And that's what I was going to say is that's a movie that like if the humor's not landing for you, it feels like a fucking eternity. Like... And in my video, I compared it to bad stand-up, where, when some guy is just on stage fucking bombing, it feels like an hour-long special feels like 5, because every joke just doesn't land. You're like, oh my God, it's cringe. And it's just not working for you. And that's kind of how Deadpool and Wolverine felt to me. I did a stream with Unbridled Mayo on his channel. You guys should go check it out. I assume you haven't, because I don't know how many of you go over to Mayo's channel when I recommend it. But I did a few streams with him and Teacup and a couple other guys. They're all pretty cool. I think you guys would enjoy their stuff. I think he's British, though. So, a bit of a warning there. Yeah, Shamrock says a lot of the humor didn't land for her either. Yeah, and when the jokes don't hit, oh man, that is a long 2 hours. Now I won't say there was like no funny parts, but a big part of the problem was that even the funny parts were just surrounded by so much dumb stuff that for me it was just kind of hard to enjoy. Like, you can forgive stupid stuff in a comedy, right? But when the movie suddenly wants to be taken seriously, when they want you to have an emotional Wolverine Deadpool scene. Okay, so Shamrock says that Mayo's British but lives in America. And Istad said, I won't go check it out now. Thanks for warning me that he's British. That's interesting. I actually didn't know he was in America. It makes sense, though. I was wondering why he streamed at like 3 p.m. I just assumed he was doing Sunday evening on British time, a.k.a. gay time. Yeah, there was definitely some stuff in there that worked. Like, I think I said it on Mayo's stream. Is one of my favorite jokes in the movie was when they call him Nice Pool. He's like the nice version of Deadpool, who's the only one who doesn't regenerate, which sets up for a really fucked up and I would say mid joke. But Nice Pool. Okay, he's in our time zone. Nice. Really, because that motherfucker is sending memes super early on Discord. Those guys are sending memes at like 3 a.m. So I don't know if they're up late or up early. But Nice Pool looks right into the camera and just goes or what does he say? The proposal, and just smiles. And that's kind of the problem with Deadpool and Wolverine. It's one of the big problems, I think, is that he's making fun of. Shamrock just says, "I know they send memes early." That's one of the problems, though, for Deadpool, right? Is like he looks at the camera and says the proposal. Solid joke, like making fun of him breaking the fourth wall, and that part did catch me off guard. I was like, "Oh, that's funny," but then at the same time, you're like, "Goddamn Ghost." But then at the same time, it's like yeah, that's a funny joke, but that actually is what Deadpool does, and Deadpool and Wolverine way more than either of the first two, where he literally just looks into the camera and talks to it, and it's not particularly clever, it's not particularly interesting. It's just kind of like, I'm gonna break the fourth wall because I can, and like it can be done well. Obviously, he does it well in the first fucking two, but in this one, he literally looks at the audience at different points and is like, "Oh, you guys have been wanting this, right? Like this is what you wanted." And then, like, that's the joke. So there's not really a joke. He just looks in the camera and is like, "Hey, the fans have wanted this, so now we're gonna do it." Fucking game. So yeah, overall, I don't know. Deadpool and Wolverine, I just thought was pretty disappointing. I mean, it seems like the people in my sphere, which, by my, I mean people that I like but don't know me, like Mauler and EFAP and, like the more movie critic, I don't want to say honest, but kind of harsh crowd. Like, they all seem to be pretty low on Deadpool, and I'm glad to hear that, mainly because sometimes when you have a take that goes like really against the grain, there's a part of you that's like, am I just a fucking retard? Like, did I just miss something and I'm just not seeing it the way everyone else did? And so for me, it's good to hear Mauler and Fringy and Critical Drinker and all those guys, even the ones who like it, are like, yeah, it's funny, but it's not a good movie. Shamrock says a lot of the breaking the fourth wall stuff felt dumb to me and not as funny as they thought it would be. Yeah, and that was the thing too that I thought was really weird, was they had a couple of jokes that they, like, you can tell that they were like, "Oh, we got him with this one," and like they thought it was hilarious, but it just did not work. iStat says that's filthy casual's everyday thought process. Is me asking if I'm retarded. Yeah, insert the meme from is it a GIF from I think it's Phantasm. Fucking asshole. I was like that on the Shamrock says I was like that on the movie that everyone seemed to love, so I watched it a second time and still didn't like it. Yeah, that's I can't believe you sat through that fucking thing twice, honestly, because that movie was not worth 2 watches. Like, once was plenty. And the funny thing is I think when it comes out on streaming, even the people who liked it in theater and had a good theatrical experience, I think you're gonna see be like, either one, they won't watch it again, right? Or they'll put it on and then like fuck around on their phone. and be like, yeah, it's not as good as I remember type thing. So that's kind of the only solace that I can try to take out of it is like, I think in the long run, I will be proven right. Shamrock says, I said you should have heard Filthy when we were playing Halo. Yeah, I called him last night. Had a little bit too much to drink. Tyler, no, I actually haven't been watching Deadwood. I was debating starting it today or tomorrow. Because I'm not sure if I want to try to just crank through 10 hours. Fuck. I'm not sure if I want to try. Oh, no. Damn, Mario. I'm not sure if I want to try to crank through 10 hours straight. Istad says he's aware. Fuck you. Tyler, I'm not sure if I want to watch Deadwood like 10 hours straight, or if maybe I want to watch like one episode a night and, kind of take my time with it. Like the Terminator show is super fucking short. And damn it. I've just fucked myself. Oh, see, Tyler says I recommend giving it time to breathe. Yeah, that's kind of what I don't want to binge it. Like, I'm glad that I binged Andor, because that one, I don't know how I would have felt about Andor if I had watched it weekly, because it was definitely, I don't want to say slow, because that makes it sound like it was boring, but it did have like a little bit of pacing issues, and then you also had the element of what am I trying to say? Like where every episode wants to end on kind of a cliffhanger and really build you up. So I am glad that I didn't have to like sit through that. All right, Istad says that he's on vacation. Does anyone have any recommendations to pass the time? Well, if you watch did you ever watch Sweet Home? It's a Korean show for anybody who hasn't seen it, based on a webtoon. Kind of I don't know if you would say supernatural or scary. I wouldn't call it scary, but it's definitely like kind of supernatural and weird. And I really dig it. My wife and I need to watch the third season. I'm considering doing that today. Yeah, Tyler agrees that Andor is a slow burn. It definitely is, which is, I don't have a problem with that. Like, I do wonder if that's why it did so much better, like as time went on and people would watch the whole thing as opposed to week to week. Oh, that's a good one, Tyler. Arcane is a good suggestion, Istad, if you haven't seen it. Kingdom is the zombie one, right? Okay, so Istad is watching Sweet Home. Yeah, so he needs to watch season 3 too. Yeah, if you end up watching Sweet Home and Terminator, maybe I can have you on next week and we can talk about it. Because Terminator Zero, the anime, also the dad in that, Malcolm Lee, I swear to God, I thought he was fucking Roswell from ReZero or Zeke from Attack on Titan, the voice actor. But it says that he's not online. But he sounds just fucking like him. It was driving me crazy. Because my wife said it too. She was like, oh yeah. She's like, oh, is that Roswell? And I was like, it must be. But it fucking wasn't. Okay, yeah, so Tyler says that Kingdom is the Korean zombie show in feudal Korea. That first season I thought was like solid, but I did not enjoy it. I'm not sure like what exactly my issue was, but you know how sometimes there's just, for whatever reason, like you can see something is good, but you just kind of don't get into it. That is kind of how I felt with Kingdom. I would say overall, the first season is definitely good though, even though it wasn't like my favorite. The second season got kind of wild, and I was much more like, on it. And then Arcane's very good. And season 2 is coming out. Is it the end of this year? Maybe 2 or 3 months, I think, right? Or is it early 2025? I could have sworn. I mean, it's definitely coming out soon. I just don't know. I just don't know how soon it's coming out. But it's definitely like it's on the way. I just don't know how soon. And then obviously with Netflix, I don't know if oh, it's November. Okay, nice. I might need to rewatch that then. Maybe I should do a video on it because that was a really good fucking show, and I don't get to talk positively about much stuff. It's one of the few shows that I think does like the crazy pixie girl thing, but it actually does it well. Like the Harley Quinn type character or Harley Quinn-esque. But it like she's not fucking annoying. She's just a good, just crazy fucking villain. And I also liked oh my god, the actual villain. Is it Silco? Is that his name? I think his name is Silco, the regular villain for the show. And I don't know who his voice actor is, but that dude fucking kills it. And you know, this is such a thing where like every show now, right, wants to have like your misunderstood villain or your relatable villain. Fucking cough, cough, looking at you, our acolyte. Oh shit. I was fucking talking to you guys and not paying attention to the damn game. Oh, I see. Anyway, sorry. I was fucking trying to kill this ghost. This boo's fucking with me. You son of a bitch. But Silco is an actual good villain, right? Like, there's not many. God damn it! I'm fucking terrible at this game. I think I'm losing my motor reflexes in old age. I'm gonna blame the drinking. Oh, really? Yeah, so Tyler says in chat that Silco is the villain. I did get the name right, thank Christ. And he says he's one of his favorite villains ever. And then he got a cameo gift for a friend of his from the voice actor. Yeah, the dude he's a good voice actor. And I'll be honest, I think I've been a little bit spoiled by anime. Because, you know, their voice actors are like, it's definitely the rum. Yeah, I sound like fucking Jack Sparrow. But what about the rum? Fucking Shamrock. Yeah, I kind of deserve that, don't I? After last night. But, no, what I was going to say, though, about Silco was you have all these misunderstood villains and blah, blah, blah. I think he's a villain that just makes sense. And he's ruthless, but not more ruthless than he has to be. Like, he's not sadistic or stupid or does like the, you know, oh, I'm going to kill my own men fucking dumbass trope. Shammy actually has a really good video on that you guys should check out. Of the trope of killing your own men, because it's a huge pet peeve of mine. So you should go check out Shamrock's video. She talks about it, and she talks about good examples and bad examples. It's funny because it's something that Mahler has talked about too, with the kind of Darth Vader was like the first one, but he's also one of the only ones that gets it right, which is like kind of crazy to think about. You know, one of my favorite ways to deal with a villain. So I'm fucking scatterbrained right now. Let me finish up on Arcane, and I'll talk about my favorite ways to deal with an incompetent person. But Arcane is really good, iStat. I think you would definitely like it. It's very adult, even though it's a cartoon. And what I was saying was I think I've been spoiled by anime because the voice actors in anime are so good. Like, they're actual celebrities over there, and they're fucking, like, I'm assuming rich. Like, they're just getting fucking paid. And, you know, over here, like, if you watch anime dubbed, I don't want to be mean to the voice actors, but it's just not good. Like, and, you know, part of that might be the weird translations and kind of how they try to do things. And I think part of it too is that they still seem to treat anime as for kids. So the way they do the dialogue and stuff feels like, I don't want to say condescending, but kind of like the way that you would talk to a child. And it just doesn't work for me. But I was going to say was one of my favorite ways to deal with an incompetent person, like from the villain perspective. Oh shit, fucker. From the villain perspective is Halo. And everyone here, I assume, is a Halo fan. I mean, you're listening to me fucking talk. Like, the way that the Arbiter is dealt with, and it's, you know, obviously that's under the guise of incompetence. Oh, I don't know why I sounded like fucking Christopher Walken for a second there. But, it's under the guise of incompetence. But, oh shit. Is, you know, to have him essentially put on impossible missions. Like, to me, that's such a good way to deal with your incompetent staff, more than just killing them. Like, I hate when a villain's like, oh, you lost a battle that was completely out of your fucking control under my orders, and now I'm going to kill you as punishment. Like, that just makes you fucking retarded. Yeah, shame you liked my Christopher Walken impersonation. But like I the way that the Arbiter is dealt with, I feel like that should be the way that like every single villain deals with incompetent like fuck ups on their staff or their crew or their gang, whatever you want to fucking call it. Like there's no reason to just kill men and waste resources, right? Like, it just makes you kind of a psycho and a buffoon, I think. And let me go see if I can find Shamrock's video real quick, and I'll put it in the chat for you guys, because her video is very good on it. It's a very good video, the best video, some people say. All right, let me. Shamrock. Shamrock Dragon 7 is her channel. And I am fucking boomerang right now. Shammy, is it FWP episode 10, Villain Trope part 1, or is it a different one? I think it's a different one. I'm just being a fucking idiot. Or am I just missing it? I think it's this part 10. And I just hit the microphone like an asshole. So sorry about that, chat. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So there's the link to Shamrock's video. So Shamrock, were there 6 Shamrock dragons before you, or because you're number 7? So, well, what the fuck is this? Am I fucking retarded? Okay, I am fucking retarded. Okay, I just completely fucking butchered that. How dare you hit the mic? What did it ever do to you? It was talking back. But yeah, I like Silco is a very good villain. That was a complete sidebar there with the Arbiter. But like I don't understand the trope of like killing your own men. I feel like there's very, very few times where you should actually do it. Because wow, Jay jumping in to say yes you are and call me a retard. Jay, did you ever decide what you want me to watch? Are you still want me to do the killer old versus new? I can do that. I don't mind. I'll just find the old one online if I can't if I can't find it on a streaming service. I'm not gonna pay for it, don't worry. Yeah, so for the member request for this month, I do have Deadwood from Tyler, which I have not started. I am gonna. I've been fucking studying like a nerd for this fucking test. Hey, you little bitch. And then Jay said he wanted me to watch. Oh, the 7 is for July, your birth month. Nice. And I said I'd guessed it was just a lucky number. Okay, so Jay said he's good with that. Okay, so for this month, for September, for the member request, I have The Killer and The Killer remake. I think Jay said the original was from '89. I actually didn't know it was a remake. I thought it was just new because I heard people talking about it and I had never heard of the original. Yeah, so suck it, Istad. It's not just a lucky number, bitch. And then Istad, you're like fucking 3 months behind on requests. I'm gonna have to start, treating you like companies treat their employees with PTO. That shit's just gonna expire. Oh, Shamrock says The Killer, the Chinese one. Is the '89 version Chinese? I did not know that. Fucking Jay pulling stuff out of his ass. Jay's been going deep these last couple weeks. Also, these fucking Shy Guys keep popping up out of the flowers. Pissing me off. Little pricks. I did not know that it was Chinese. That's interesting. I mean, I feel like foreign stuff a lot of the time, at least the stuff that makes its way over here, is like usually pretty good. I mean, I know there's not like, necessarily a ton, but like I love watching all the Korean shows on Netflix. Surprisingly, I'm a bit of a sucker for rom-coms. Like Business Proposal fucking cracked me up. If you're okay with a little bit of cringe humor, definitely worth a watch. I like cringe. I know Istad hates it. Okay, so Jay said it is Chinese. Interesting. So it's a classic Hong Kong action cinema. It was under British rule, baby. That's what Jay says. Yeah, of course. You have to have the white people come in and do everything right. Fuck China. China. Oh, man. I still need to watch RRR. The Killer. Okay, so Shamrock says The Killer, directed by John Woo, 1989. Nice. Yeah, I never watched RRR. Every time I mention it, my wife is like, "Oh, it's 3 hours long." But I've watched that damn dance scene like 10 fucking times on YouTube. That shit looks exhausting. I get tired just watching it. I think it's called, I don't know if it's like Nacho something. And they just do it fucking over and over and over until everyone passes out. The last, I was gonna say foreign movie, but kind of was that I've watched was fucking Monkey Man. It's the guy that did Slumdog Millionaire. I think he's from India, but American now. I mean, he speaks English in the movie, so that the movie itself takes place in India, and like culturally, it's very Indian. And that movie was like, I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan, and obviously it didn't really do gangbusters at the box office or anything. And I think Jordan Peele or whatever. Oh, really? Interesting. Okay. So Jay says he can't do Indian cinema. He tapped out of RRR. Something about belligerent racism. I can't read the rest of the chat. No, I get it. I mean, I know that sometimes the foreign stuff is like it's just too much, or like the culture of the movie or show or whatever is just too different that it kind of disconnects with you. So I get that. Like, there's definitely I could see like people who like rom coms not necessarily liking like Japanese or Korean rom coms because they're much more slow and like everything's a big deal. It's a totally different thing. Damn, Shamrock coming in. I can't tell if Shamrock's coming in hard at Jay or she's just talking. Because Shamrock says for foreign movies, you have to be able to read. Also, a good point. You know what? It's weird though, because I feel like foreign movies also sometimes get super overrated. Like Parasite, I thought was really fucking overrated. I did not like the end of that movie. I think that movie only got the love that it did because it was about fucking class warfare. Like, let's just call a fucking spade a spade, you know? Also, I think I'm a fucking idiot. I can't figure out like a 10-year-old kid's game. I'm just lost. Oh my god. I'm just being. Shamrock says she's just being silly. But mentioning that some people don't like to read when they watch movies. Yeah, I think I've kind of fucked myself from that because I have subtitles on for everything that I watch. Like even English things, I have subtitles on for. So the reading has never bothered me. Jay's clapping back. I've been reading subtitles and watching movies with no subs since before you were born. That's right, Jay. Don't take that shit from her. Yeah. iStat says that he was that way until he got into anime. Well, yeah, I mean, if you want to watch anime, you can either suffer through the dubs. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention earlier, Tyler said that a good dub voice actor, which I cannot vouch for this, is the Cowboy Bebop one. Which I watched Cowboy Bebop one time. That show just wasn't for me. I'll be honest. It wasn't bad or anything. It just wasn't for me. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like, I didn't like the sort of episodic kind of nature of it. You know, the episodes that were story episodes, I really enjoyed, but there was only 5 or 6 of them for Spike. Yeah, yeah. I is asking about the Cowboy Bebop voice actor. Oh yeah, I also had Shamrock says prove it. Shit, Shamrock, with the movies that Jay's been recommending, I don't doubt I don't doubt the age gap. He's been getting me with the old school stuff that I haven't even fucking heard of. iStat says I also had to have subtitles for Peaky Blinders because I had no fucking idea what they were saying. Yeah, Peaky Blinders. That fucking was it. Irish English they were supposed to be speaking was like super fucking thick. And yeah, like that Cockney British or whatever is so fucking hard to understand. The one that's like the white trash English accent, not the posh one. The posh one is just douchey. Jay asks where Shamrock wants the testimonial sent. Shamrock says if it has subtitles, I put them on. I'm hard of hearing in one ear, so I miss some stuff. That's true, Shamrock. It could just mean he likes watching movies. Maybe Jay's been gaslighting me this whole time and he's not actually that old. um, Shamrock says, send them to me. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm like hard of hearing as much as just I like to be like know what's being said. And also sometimes, I don't know if you guys have ever noticed this. Maybe you have. That there's some things that get like left out of the audio, or like they kind of fuck the audio up. And the subtitles will catch it. So you can catch stuff in the subtitles that you wouldn't catch like audibly. So that's part of the reason I like them too. Like sometimes you get like little lines of dialogue that are like muttered, or like maybe they're a little bit off screen or something. Jay says, I assume we're all illiterate here. I just can't do 3-hour dance-a-thon Indian movies. Jay, you can say you're a racist. This is a safe place. I don't mind. I think Jay actually lives in like Tokyo or something. Hey, fuck you, Istad. Istad says, yeah, the subtitles catch when it says ominous music playing. That actually does make me laugh still. Especially when it's like kind of sucking itself off. Like, oh, like we got creepy music here. Like, fuck you. Or like, it's funny on the Korean shows, it'll always say like catchy Korean pop tune or something like that. Oh, Shamrock says that she's also racist and that she doesn't like Indian movies either. I'm glad to know that this is the audience I've cultivated. If you guys saw how I looked, you might not even think I was fucking joking. I'm a blonde-haired, blue-eyed. Well, my blonde hair that I did have is shaved now because I'm fucking bald. But I look like a skinhead. Is what I'm trying to get at. Shamrock, is that Discord for other people, or is it just private with? Is it just private with like kind of the YouTube friend group we have? Yeah, Jay says, yeah, common ground, woo. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are getting along. If there's one thing that everyone can agree on, it's racism. FC is our Hitler prodigy. Thanks, Mr. Divine. You know what's funny? Yeah, Knights of Baller. Yeah, thank you, Shammy. Because I was going to say it'd be funny to invite some of the other people in chat to one of those Discords where you guys share all the memes, but I didn't want to put that out there if it was just like the handful of us. Oh, Jay says his head's shaved too. Guys, we're on the way to being a cult. Shit's getting real. You know what's funny, Mr. Divine? Because Mr. Divine said I'm a Hitler prodigy. Is I've actually told that to my grandmother before. I'm like, you know, if the Hitler Youth had been allowed to grow up, I'd still fucking be here. Fucking Bullet Bill or whatever his stupid name is. Oh, come on. I think if you want to invite anyone, you gotta talk to Baller. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna do that then. I don't want to put him in a weird spot. I just thought it would be funny for people to see the fucking memes you guys put up. But maybe some things are better left in private, huh? Yeah, Shammy's got some edgy humor, I'll say that much. Istad says that YouTube's always censoring him. Would you try to call me a retard? Or did you say fuck? Were you trying to say like Heil Hitler or something? Yeah, Shamrock says make your own server. Yeah, I know. Fucking Tyler mentioned it a while ago. I meant to do it, and I just I'm just not very good at Discord. I don't know what like the less boomer way to say that is, but I do need to make my own because Tyler mentioned it and he said he wouldn't mind kind of moderating it and keeping it. Oh, okay. Yeah, iStat said fuck and it censored him. Yeah, YouTube is like really fucking bad about some stuff. Kind of annoying, actually. Like fucking poor Kaiju. Jay says he's in desperate need of edgy humor. I don't think Shamrock puts that in her videos though. If you're in need of edgy humor though, I mentioned Kill Tony earlier. That fucking show is funny, and that dude is hilarious. And they make all kinds of fucking jokes on there. And there's a great channel. I can't remember what it's called. It's called like, oh my god. It's called, oh my god, I'm fucking retarded. Keep killing myself. It's I think it's called like Ray Monday or some shit. But all he does is put up like Kill Tony montages from the Kill Tony show. Sorry, hiccup. And he cuts them down into like half an hour ish to the best parts. Okay, so Shamrock says she'll help me. So maybe sometime this week or whatever, I'll try to get a Discord set up. And we can have like a little meme section in there or something for you guys. And you can share all the racism. iStat will be leading the charge, no doubt. Take that, asshole. Yeah, Shammy, you don't put sorry, your fucking Discord name is Shammy, so I keep saying it now instead of Shamrock. You don't put edgy humor in your videos, do you? I mean, I do a little bit, but I feel like no one ever either cares or notices. I'm not sure which it is. Like I had a joke about P. Diddy in my Halo video. iStat says, damn right I'm leading it. There you go. So we'll have a racism section for the Discord. What I was going to say though was, yeah, Shamrock says she doesn't. I don't really do that usually either. But I was going to say was I had a joke about Master Chief getting skewered like one of P. Diddy's rappers in my 2-hour long Halo video that I did. And fucking no one commented on it. Some people claim your Monarch video did. Really? Did you? Oh, you mean Monarch Legacy of Monsters? Because that show was absolute fucking dog shit. And I did videos for that whole season. That show sucked my ass. That I couldn't fucking believe how bad it was. I was colossally disappointed. Titanically. There you go. There's a nice pun for you. But yeah, I had a joke about Master Chief getting skewered like one of P. Diddy's rappers. And like when I wrote that in my script, I was like, that's a good fucking joke. And fucking no one commented on it. So I don't know if people don't think it's funny, people don't get it, or, you know, they're just kind of like, whatever. And these fucking window dudes are like lighting my ass up. Shame, we should have talked about that fucking Monarch show. That shit was terrible. I did not know you covered it. Because I tend to not look for other stuff when I cover it. Because I'm afraid that I'll, not like deliberately steal something, but you know, like where subconsciously shit like slips in and you kind of end up using other people's arguments or whatever. Jay said that he liked Shamrock's Monarch video. Nice. And iStat says he was going to watch it, but saw like 3 different videos, including mine, that said Godzilla didn't appear until like episode 4 and had like 5 seconds of screen time. Yeah, Godzilla is like fucking non-existent in the Monarch show. And Tyler says that the joke flew over my head about P. Diddy. So the joke, because this was like when I made that video, or when I was writing the script, it was around the time that all that stuff came out about P. Diddy, like making his rappers, like getting them drugged up and having gay sex with his rappers And I think, was it Meek Mill that came out and was like, yeah, he like made me have sex with him and stuff. So that obviously the joke was about gay sex. And P. Diddy, like, I don't want to say molesting his rappers, but kind of like a Me Too-ish situation. This is a cool ass vehicle. I do not remember this. Okay, I see. Tyler says he has no pop culture knowledge. Yeah, I get that. I mean, if you don't keep up with stuff, it's not your thing. I mean, honestly, you're probably better off not knowing. Yeah, and as far as Monarch, Shamrock says that Godzilla is a cameo. Yeah, that's pretty generous. He really is. He's about Godzilla shows up about as much in Monarch as Henry Cavill does in Deadpool and Wolverine. Oh, and then iStat says the trailer alluded to a lot of Titans fighting, including Godzilla. Yeah. Jay says Monarch is awful on multiple levels. Completely fucking agree. Absolutely atrocious show. Shamrock says there are monster fights, but their background, you hardly see anything. And Jay just says P. Groomer for P. Diddy. P. Grapist. And Shamrock says the show primarily focuses on family drama because a guy just had to have 2 wives and each had a kid, and somehow he thought they'd never find out. Yeah, not only that, he was a prick. Like, oh my god, that whole fucking show. What was the main guy's name? Kenta or Kendo or something? The brother of the main chick. And you know what pisses me off is in Shonen, the Asian chick was really good. She's the girl who plays the main chick that translates for John Blackstone or whatever. Jay's on a fucking roll. He says Monarch, Legacy of Entitlement. Yeah, it fucking is. I cannot remember her actual name right now. I think it's Anna something. But she's really fucking good in Shonen. And she was absolute dog shit in Monarch. Kentaro, thank you. What did I say? Kenta? Kenta is the new Terminator show. Kentaro, yeah. Yeah, so Kentaro, his fucking character, it was like everything that I hate about modern fucking Hollywood. Yeah, Tyler says Shogun was so good. Yeah, Shogun was awesome. If you haven't seen it, definitely recommend. Ironically, I'm not looking forward to seasons 2 and 3. I'm assuming they're going to be fucking terrible. They covered the book for season 1. Makes total sense. But it got too many fucking viewers. So here we are. Yeah, exactly. So iStat says Shonen Dude's Japanese is amazing. And Shamrock is like, yeah, she was really good in Shonen, but in Monarch, she's a piece of wood. And yeah, that's what I was going to say. I don't fucking understand why. Like, clearly she can act. And you have this show that wants to be a family drama, which was a terrible fucking choice, by the way. That's another situation. Like, I've said this about the Halo show multiple times, where it feels like you have like a few shows that people had like original ideas for, and they get mashed together, and then you just call it Halo or whatever. That's how Monarch Legacy of Monsters felt to me. Like, it felt like you have multiple shows that people wanted to make, but never would have gotten made. So they threw them fucking together, called it Godzilla, and called it a day, you know? Which is a huge, huge disappointment. Oh, did I say Shonen? Fuck you, iStad. Sorry, Shogun was the show. iStad, suck my balls. I'm going to see iStad in person, by the way, in about a month. We're all going to the Tennessee-Florida game, so if you guys are in Knoxville, you know, feel free to stop by. Fucking prick. I can't help I'm misspeaking, alright? I'm trying to do multiple things. Like talk and breathe. And get myself killed in this fucking game over and over. Fucking Chad is on one today. I guess everybody has the 3-day weekend, so they're just full on fucking dick mode, huh? No, I like the shit talk. It's much better to have chat be lively and a little bit ruthless. Let's see. Jay says that Shogun has prestige. Giant monsters aren't taken seriously, so why do a good job? That's true. Oh, I can catch fire, huh? I mean, I like, usually when there's a bad acting performance, I tend to think it's the director, because, you know, like, especially when you've seen someone who acts well in other things, then it's like, okay, well, why the fuck are they suddenly bad then, you know? Jay says filthy casual Knoxville bathhouse meetup. Oh my god. Oh, nice. Tyler says he went to a dispensary and he's going to a weekend rager. Good for you. Have fun. Don't get too edibled. I don't know what the word. I mean, I guess it's still high, but as I say, I don't know what the word for it is when you do it with cookies or brownies or whatever the fuck you got instead of you know, instead of smoking it. But yeah, I was talking about fucking Monarch. Yeah. So Kentaro, his character, like, I'm assuming that show is going to keep going because I think it was one of Amazon's most watched shows, if I'm not mistaken. So, like, that show is probably going to get a season 2. And their casting was just kind of like, why? Like, you know, like when you watch stuff and you're like, I just don't understand, like, the decisions that were made. Why did you do a Godzilla show and make the primary focus like rom-com drama? And then you have Kentaro, who starts off as like kind of a simp. I don't really know what other word to use for it, but he's like a loser. And the show ends with the implication that he's going to get cucked by his own sister or half sister. No, Shamrock, I didn't see that it was. I'm just assuming because has it been confirmed? Do you know for season 2? I'm just assuming. Oh, Apple greenlit it already. Okay, yeah, I think you guys are on the ball. I guess that I probably should have been me, huh? Before I started talking about it, but I wasn't planning on mentioning Monarch today. In all fairness to myself. But yeah, like that show, the ending implication is that Kentaro is going to get cucked by his own half sister. Like, what fucking world is this? You know, like the typical trope, right? Is like, oh, you know, you have a guy and a girl and they broke up. It's been a while since I watched it. I feel like even the reason they broke up was stupid, if I'm remembering correctly. Like what the fuck are we doing here? Like, this bisexual chick is gonna like fuck Kentaro. Kentaro is a total cunt, by the way. Like, the show makes no fucking bones that you're not. I don't even know, because like this is a thing where I think the show doesn't realize this, but the show has created a character that I think you're supposed to root for, but he's actually a fucking dick. Yeah, Shamrock says it was. Yeah. Like the show, I don't know if the show realizes that you made a character that I'm not rooting for. Because I feel like you're supposed to root for him or like kind of sympathize with him. It's not exactly clear what it wants. But in the meantime, his backstory, right, is that he, God damn it, fucking flower. His backstory is that he wanted to be an artist. His dad set him up for a fucking art gallery, like using his connections. Pretty nice thing for a dad to do, right? And then he decides to shit in his dad's face and leave to go fuck May. Like, I wouldn't fuck May if she was naked on my fucking bed right now. And you turn down a huge opportunity to pout and just be a bitch. Like, fuck you. Fuck that show. Fuck Kentaro and his dad. Yeah, Shamrock is completely in step with me here. She says that he was grieving and angry because he thought his dad was dead, so he just wanted to be left alone. But May was mad about that. And Jay, also on point, says it's a world where a black hacker chick is laying low in Tokyo in a spacious warehouse. Exactly. Like, oh, Jay, you're on a fucking roll today, man. Jay says he pulled a Vince McMahon on his dad. So that's another joke that I made that I'm not sure if people got, where Vince McMahon shit on a prostitute's head. Was she a prostitute or just like a whore? Maybe she was just a whore. And he was having a threesome with one of the wrestlers and some chick and fucking shit on her head and then went to shower and let the other guy finish. Oh my God. You can't even fucking make that up. And then Shamrock says when they're stranded in Alaska, Kentaro's the one who was right to go where he saw a building where there's a workable radio, and he uses that to call for help and saves them all, and no one thanks him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying is like I think the show wants you to root for him, but then at the same time, it's like, oh, his arc is simp loser. Oh, so okay, so Jay says it was Vince McMahon's personal assistant, and Mr. Divine agrees that was a power move. I mean, I have to agree it's a power move. I don't know if I would want to do that myself, though. I never had the desire to shit on a woman I was having the sex with. Oh my God. I think this holiday weekend has you guys on the fucking ball or something. You guys are cracking me up. So yeah, so Kentaro, right, his arc is simp. Like, he's an ungrateful kid. Like, yeah, your dad was absent your whole life, whatever. You know, that's fine to be upset about it, right? But then to just spit in his face when he gives you an opportunity to, like, be very successful is, like, you're just an asshole. And that's an opportunity that, I mean, how many artists would fucking kill for that opportunity, right? Jay says that's the finisher. The mind boggles. Oh my God. So you're an ungrateful asshole to your dad, right? Like, you can have your issues with your dad and still be appreciative when he provides you an opportunity to be successful when you kind of don't deserve it. Like, I mean, my understanding of the art industry, I sound like fucking Christopher Walken again. My understanding is that, you know, they all kind of live broke unless they get lucky. And that's sort of like it. So for him to get straight out of college, get a super good opportunity, and then throw it away to have sex with May, I mean, what are you doing, man? Like, give me a fucking break, you know? And like, then on top of that, his whole arc, right, is that he wants to find his dad. He's like, you know, if we find dad, I'm sure he'll explain whatever the case is. You know, like there's got to be some kind of explanation. He's not just abandoning his family. And instead, he finds his dad and then is like, get fucked. Yeah, Tyler says that he's an artist and this is accurate. Yeah. So, like, could you imagine, like, yeah, Tyler says we either struggle or make it. Exactly. And that's kind of what I'm getting at is like, could you fucking imagine your dad just handing you an opportunity to jumpstart your career? I mean, even if you're fucking mad at him, right? Like, you still take the opportunity and make the most of it. It's just fucking weird. And like, this is the guy that we're supposed to root for. Fucking crazy. And then on top of that, he's like simping for May, who also is just a plank of fucking wood in this show. I don't know if she can act. I don't know if it's the writing, but she's fucking terrible. Oh, you son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Come here. Yes, thank you, Shamrock. Shamrock says he's also horrible to his own mom. Like, not once did he call her to let her know he's okay. And when he sees her near the end, she's crying and hugging him. He just seems annoyed. Exactly. That's what I'm saying is like his supposed arc, right, is you want him to go from, I mean, I think what they were trying to do, I'm being very generous here, is you want him to miss his dad and want to find his dad, and then he finds out what was going on, and he's like, no, I'm not interested anymore. Instead, his arc is like kind of that, but then kind of also, I'm just a prick. Like, I don't understand what exactly they were thinking. I don't know why they went that route. I don't know why you'd make your main, like, one of your two, I would say the two main characters are the cute Asian chick from Shogun, or as I've been saying, Shonen, and then Kentaro are like the two mains, right? Shamrock says in all caps, do not be generous to this show. Yeah, I went pretty hard on it in my reviews. But you know what's funny is the most shit that I've ever gotten for my videos, there's 3 that I can think of. Monarch is one of them. Godzilla X Kong, part of the Monster Universe, is also one. But then Deadpool, Wolverine, and the Daily Wire movie, Lady Ballers. Those are the most shit that I've ever gotten in the comments. And Istad says, don't be... Istad says that Shamrock loves this show. It's a good point. I think she does. She's a big fan of Anna something. And yeah, exactly, Jay. Jay says, why is the family drama the main story for a show named for an agency that corrals giant monsters? Even being budget conscious, you could focus on the monster related stories. And Shamrock agrees. Exactly. And this is kind of the thing that I bitched about, and people were super salty in the videos, is I was like, this show advertised itself as a Godzilla show. And then Godzilla doesn't show up until I think episode 3 maybe. And then he just eats a bomb. Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, Jay says the movies that I shit on, that I got in the most trouble for, are team movies. Or sorry, they're movies with team fans. Yeah, that's true. I mean, Daily Wire, I'm going to go watch Am I Racist? I'm going to review it. And I'm going to go ahead and say right now, I feel like a part of my review is going to have to be acknowledging that I can't tell if Daily Wire has just given up on challenging Hollywood. Because that was kind of like their promotion for a while, right? Is like, we want to take a bite out of Hollywood type thing, And I think they had the potential to do it. They had the money. I mean, obviously you can find writers, writers are fucking a dime a dozen. Shit. If they wanted me to write for them, I'd fucking do it right now. And, see, Shamrock says Monarch is the baddies. They're all cloak and dagger, kidnapping, lying, and manipulating, and not focused on actually going after Titans. Yeah, exactly. That series, hilariously made by Apple. The message was corporations are evil and bad. And then you have the climate change shit, the environmental shit, the DEI shit. And it's like a huge issue that I had with the show. And I'm not sure if any of you guys have actually watched my video on it. But with the Monarch full season review, I talked about how a huge part of the fucking premise is you have 3 20-year-old kids or 25-year-old kids who they are completely reliant on for the entire show. Like, why is that the premise? That this big, giant, evil corporation is completely reliant on 3 kids who know jack shit, who are, like, they're the ones in charge, you know? Like, how non-functional is your fucking evil corporation if you need May, Kentaro, and I can't remember her fucking name now, the main character. I want to say Anna, but that might be the actress's name in real life. What the fuck is her name in that show? Katie? Kate? I think it's Kate. Fucking piece of shit show. Can't remember the characters because they're so fucking boring. Okay, so it was Kate. And Anna Sawai is the actress. Okay, I knew I wasn't going totally crazy. Yeah, exactly. So Jay says if you look at the writers and creators of Monarch, you'll find a lot of political comic writers. That is tragic to know that. And Jay says you're spot on, Shamrock, about how the show's all cloak and dagger bullshit and not focusing on the Titans. Okay, so Kate was her name. And Shamrock also says it's 3 25-year-old adults who act like spoiled teenagers. Yeah, I'll be honest. Like, obviously you guys all know, I try to avoid like culture war shit, but that show, for whatever reason, just fucking pissed me off with culture war stuff. Like making her bisexual, making her out to be a cheater on the other, like her other girlfriend, and then she's supposed to be the protagonist. Like, fuck you. The stuff with May being like a black woman in Tokyo and she's the only person with a VHS. I mean, give me a fucking break. You have this shit where the general, I can't remember his name. I want to say Pickett, but I might just be making that up. The general who's in charge of Kurt Russell's son is literally in one of the scenes having a barbecue with like a white picket fence, and he's grilling out and it's just white people, and he's like the evil bad guy. Yeah, Tyler, I completely agree. Tyler says what all these shows have in common are writers who prioritize their own shit over the story. Completely agree. And Monarch, it was so pronounced to me, and people didn't seem to realize it. I mean, even the idea of the grandmother or the mother of she was the grandmother of Kentaro, but then the mother of the main science dad. I can't remember his fucking name right now. The asshole who had 2 families. Like, the idea of her being a fucking PhD in Japan and she's the one sent on this physics research. I mean, give me a fucking break, you know? Like, I don't know what fucking Japan was like 75 years ago. I bet there weren't fucking women PhDs running around in physics. Or at least not that many of them. Yeah, and Jay's like, don't even get me started about the cameras and technology. Yeah, it's fucking absurd. I just, it was just so in your face. And it's tragic. It really is. Well, that's a bit of a dramatic word, but it does make me sad that, you know, they did have some interesting ideas and you could have done some cool stuff. And instead we got dog shit, you know? Like, I thought the idea of the general white guy, I can't remember his fucking name, when he was like, you know, we don't know what this thing is. We can't control it. We need to fucking kill it before it hurts people. That's actually like a reasonable point of view. And the show frames him as crazy. You know what I mean? Like the show, instead of framing things as interesting and, you know, like morally complex, which they are, they frame it as, well, the Japanese grandma is ethical and the old white man is bad. And like, that's where the thought process ended. You have like 20 fucking writers in this show, probably. Jay says General Saltine. But like, that's where the thought process ended. And you know, I just talked about how everyone wants to make the villains empathetic and stuff. This is actually a good show to have your antagonist make some good points, be interesting, whatever. And instead, they frame it as black and white. Like, oh yeah, we should totally try to save the giant fucking dragon that can eat an atomic bomb. Like, that's the fucking rationale. There's giant monsters popping up. There's a giant wyvern bat thing. And you're the asshole for saying we should just kill it instead of learning for science. I mean, get fucked. Like, not only that, you found time travel in the what was it called? It wasn't the World Between Worlds, that's Star Wars, but it's the same fucking thing. Where they're like in between the Hollow Earth. Axis Mundi, I think is what it's called. Where, you know, Kurt Russell went there for a week, and he time jumped 20 years. And they use that to incorporate Grandma so that now she can hang out with Kentaro, and Apex or whatever has taken over everything. Like, that's what they use time travel for. Nothing fucking interesting. You know, May makes one comment about it to Kurt Russell where she's like, how do you look so good for being 90 something? And that was actually something that I bitched about in my video. And then I had to correct myself later because I was like, oh, he time traveled. So it's fine. They cast him. He's about 70. He jumped 20 years. Makes sense. Yeah, oh my God. That fucking show, man. Shamrock says, I did a segment on this in my Monarch video. I'll have to go watch that video. I don't know how I missed that one. It was funny though, because one of the episodes, I think it was the one where Kate comes out as bisexual. I used the thumbnail of Kate kissing her girlfriend or the girl she was cheating with or something. I can't remember. And I got so many fucking comments being like, you know, you're a bigot and blah, blah, blah. Like, essentially just calling me an asshole, which is hilarious. Yeah. Oh, okay. I see. So Shamrock says, I break down the math for each group going down there and it doesn't add up. You know, Shamrock, I did that too. And just at a quick glance, it did line up for me. Maybe did I fuck up my math? Because I thought what they did was they were down there for a certain amount of hours, and that made it, like right, because they were down there for a few hours, and it went to 2 years. So I was like, okay, like it seems like they at least did the basic level of fucking math. But maybe I fucked my math up. I don't know. And Jay says, I don't want to get political, but it's all inversion to subvert and destroy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. See, like the political shit's complicated. Shamrock says Kate's just like her dad in 2 relationships at once. Yeah, see, in modern parlance, I would just call her a whore, but you know. Okay, so Shamrock is saying that when Lee went down there, which is Kurt Russell, he was estimated gone for a week, and he comes back and it's been 20 years. Yeah, so they were gone for like 12 hours, right? Or 14 hours? Like, I did the math on the hours, because what's a week? 168 hours? And then they were down there for like 14 hours or 15 hours, which would be 10%. So like 2 years. I mean, unless I could be misremembering. That show was a while ago. And it was a pile of dog shit. But yeah, okay, so Shamrock says that Keiko was down there 57 days. And then when she meets Kurt Russell and Kate, is down there for another day. So 58 days, but it's only been 58 years when she gets back. Oh, you're right. Okay, so you are right then. I fucked up my math in my video because I thought they were down there for like 12 hours or 15 hours. And so I thought they were fine. I didn't think about Keiko being down there for 2 months. So 57 days is what? 8 weeks? So it should have been like 160 years. Yeah, you're right. Damn, I just got out math by a woman. I'm fucking slipping. Yeah, that's a good point. And that's the type of shit that's like, people get paid for this. Like, you get paid to use your phone calculator and do basic math. Jay says, can Godzilla movies be relatively family friendly without post-coitus scenes? Or is that asking for too much? Yet we can't get melons in R-rated movies. What's the world coming to? I completely agree, Jay. I mean, there's this whole effort to make women unattractive. I find disgusting, frankly. And you know what's really gross about it is, on one hand, they'll cast fucking Margot Robbie for everything because she's gorgeous, and then on the other, they'll make women like who's the girl that plays Rose Tico? She's a cute Asian chick, and they made her look frumpy as fuck. And then they'll cover up Scarlett Johansson. Like, there's this weird concerted effort to promote ugly women as pretty. It fucking drives me crazy. I was just talking to someone last night about this. I think it was iStad. That they're promoting like Anya Taylor-Joy as beautiful fucking Zendaya. Halle Bailey, the chick from Little Mermaid. And it's like, I can see these wall-eyed bitches with my own face, you know? Like, I can tell you they aren't beautiful. like there's no need to fucking try to lie to me. Yeah, Shamrock's rubbing it in. She says she hates math, but she still got it right. Yeah, that was my bad. And I'll put images up in case you guys can't see, or you guys don't know who I'm talking about. Give me a second here. I'm a fucking boomer with this shit. Let's see. All right. I don't know. Can you guys see that or no? Jay says, bro, women in Japan dressed looking feminine. It's awesome. They've stolen that from us. I completely agree, Jay. It's been fucking ruined. Yeah, I have Anya Taylor-Joy up on my screen right now. I don't know if you guys can see it, though. Since I'm fucking retarded. Let's see. I was going to try to pull up the stream myself. Okay, so I do have it up. Okay. Okay, you guys can see it. So, yeah, Shamrock says she's going to the kitchen to make a sandwich where she belongs. Good for you, Shammy. And if the sandwich is for a man, even better. So, like, Anya Taylor-Joy, who's on screen right now, like, I just zoomed in on this. Oh, okay, now you guys have full screen. God damn it. I'll get immediate access. Fuck you. Okay, so you can see. Exactly, thank you, Jay. Jay says sexy hammerhead. I called her a hammerhead in my Furiosa video, and someone laughed at it. And I was fucking cracking up. And that was the video that I got copyright hit for. So no one saw the fucking video. It ended up with like 60 views. Because I think it's Warner Brothers is the one who's like ruthless with copyright. All right, so she's being promoted as beautiful. Halle Bailey, I think is her name, from Little Mermaid. Oh shit, did I misspell her last name? God damn it. Here's an here we go. Oh, come on, I just wanted the picture. Oh, you fucker. Like this, another wall-eyed bitch. Like, why in the fuck are these women being promoted as beautiful? And you know what's funny is if you go back and watch older movies, well, I know Jay does because he keeps recommending them. But for the younger part of my audience, like, even the women that just hook up with the main character are actually attractive. Like, even though their only role is be like main character sex object. And it like Margot Robbie, I mean, it sucks that she's Australian and kind of crazy because she's, obviously fucking gorgeous. But like, even if you think back to like the early 2000s, Jay says, damn, I wouldn't throw her back in the pond. I mean, you have like fucking Natalie Portman. Even now, I think she's like 50, still hot as shit. I hope I don't pull anything up that'll get me in trouble. But, oh, that's a cosplayer. But you have fucking Princess Leia, like, slave outfit, super sexy. And, like, why are we going away from that to, like, androgynous fucking men and women? Like, even Timothy Chalamet, like, I mean, look at this shit. Like, this is the kid that everyone's calling fucking super attractive and sexy and whatever. I will say, and I had to admit this earlier, that I was wrong about him being miscast for Dune. He crushed it in the second movie. But, like, he looks like a bitch, right? Like, why is he, like, the face of, men? I mean, even someone who I don't like Channing Tatum, I at least get why girls find him attractive. Oh no, iStat says that he reported me for pulling up hot chicks. Jay says, remember when cops in 80s movies always had a drink in the strip club for no reason? You know what's funny, Jay, is I was fucking cracking up because you recommended that movie Blowout. And the first 5 minutes is literally just college girl horror movie sex scene. And the movie's like parodying it in the movie. Parodying it. But like, it's just so fucking 80s to be like, okay, we need to get some titties in here. I mean, like, look at this. All right, so damn, Jay's dropping names I don't even know. Jay says Alain Delon passed away and he was a good-looking man. Let's see. Oh, yeah. He kind of looks like Jared Leto before he fucked up his face and did roids. Well, yeah, I mean, even back then, I mean, you have to think like the men were Arnold, they were Stallone, even guys like Patrick Swayze, who were not like huge, bulky guys. Like, he looks like a naturally in shape dude, I mean, shit, how many guys would fucking kill for this shoulder to waist ratio? I don't think my shoulder waist ratio has ever been that, like, this big, even when I was in high school. And then now, it's so funny. Someone put this side by side of Jake Gyllenhaal and Patrick Swayze next to each other from Roadhouse. And Jake Gyllenhaal, I think, is 50. I could be wrong. Let me see. He is... I think he's 50s. Okay, so he's 43. Actually, he's not as old as I thought. That motherfucker's been around forever. But, like, look at this fucking build he has. Jay says, I'd kill for a Charles Bronson mustache. But, like, Jake Gyllenhaal in Roadhouse was shredded, right? Like big as fuck. There is zero fucking chance that I believe that that's natural at all. Like, and every fucking dude now looks roided to the gills. I mean, even Hugh Jackman in Deadpool and Wolverine. Let me see if I can find. I don't know if I can find just a picture of the scene. Okay, here it is. First of all, you can see that there's fucking. You can see the CGI in here, but like, the dude's almost 60. There is not a fucking chance in hell that he's not juicing. And I don't, like, on one hand, I kind of get it because, you know, it's aesthetically like desirable, I guess. But just being reasonable, I think if Hugh Jackman just worked out and was just in good shape for a 60-year-old man, I think people would still be like, damn, like he's in good shape, you know? Like Tom Cruise to me looks very natural. He's also about 60. I just don't fucking get it. Like I don't get why we have to go. Let me see if I can find Tom Cruise. That's in my fucking my search history now. Let's see. But look at how he looks here, right? Like he's an in shape fucking dude. Brad Pitt, yeah, exactly. See, like Brad Pitt, I think looks reasonably ripped, but not like super bulky, you know. But like Tom Cruise is 60-ish, does all these crazy fucking stunts, total madman, right? But even with him, you can see he's in shape, but you can also see his age. Like, would anyone really care if Chris Hemsworth or Chris Evans or Robert Downey Jr. like wasn't fucking juicing? Yeah, Istad said he meant Brad Pitt was just in shape. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Not that he's a juicer. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, Istad saying that he's just in really good shape, not that he's necessarily ripped. And I know that they use special cameras and makeup and CGI stuff, and they dehydrate, like all this shit to get ready for shirtless scenes. But I still think most people would be like, fine, if you don't fucking juice. Let's see. Has Brad Pitt been in anything recently where he's shirtless? God, this is like the gayest fucking chat I've ever had. Looking for shirtless male actors. Let's see. Like this right here to me is a very natural look. Jay says Russell Crowe represent. Yeah, Russell Crowe did the opposite. He's like, juice? Yeah, I'll fucking drink it. Donuts? I'll fucking eat them. He doesn't give a shit. But even this, right? Like this picture I have pulled up of Chris Hemsworth, Ben Affleck, and Brad Pitt. Do you think there'd be any women complaining? Mr. Divine says, I wanted this. You're right. I've been waiting. I've been streaming once a week for 4 months just so I had an excuse to pull up shirtless dudes. Oh my God. Yeah, exactly. Istad's laughing at Russell Crowe, but he says that he looked good in Gladiator. Yeah. Like, I think it's perfectly fine just to have like a good, like normal in shape dude. You don't have to do like the waxed on abs or the airbrushed on abs and fucking CGI touch them up and dehydration and all that. I mean, even here, Chris Hemsworth is in good fucking shape. Like, if this is how he looked in Thor, there would not be fucking complaints. Let's be real. Like, I don't know. It's just, we've gone from just like acknowledging that people like Arnold, you know, fucking juice to the gills, right? But he was also a world-class bodybuilder. Like, that's what you'd expect. So Jay says his next member monthly pick is going to be a Russ Meyer film. Who's Russ Meyer? I've heard the name, but I actually don't know what he's done. Let me see. Damn, he lived to be, what, 82? Good for him. Let's see. Oh, okay. He was in the 60s. It looks like was his primary era. There's one on here called The Breast of Russ Meyer. I'll take that one if you want. Let's see. I don't know any of these. Are these movies? Let's see. Maybe has he done more writing? Safe search. Yeah, my bad. Oh, was that the joke? Was that he's done porn? God damn it, Jay. Although this one's just called erotica. Even the Handyman. Nice. Afro mood burlesque, huh? I'll close that tab. We can go back to the Hammerhead. I mean, my God. I mean, this bitch looks like she's looking for predators. Who's the girl from that played Jekyll or whatever in Acolyte? Jackie. Daphne Keane. She's another one. I mean, she kind of looks like Anya Taylor-Joy, but at Walmart instead of England. And everyone's been going fucking crazy about her, if you guys haven't seen online. Because she did an interview where you could see her nipples. Was it this one? Maybe it is. Which, I'll be honest, I think she's like 19. Based on my searches, I should watch Zardoz. Is that more porn, Mr. Divine? I feel like you guys are just fucking trolling me now. Let's see. Whoa, that's a not flattering picture for a girl who's very in shape. Jay says, where's Shamrock with the sandwiches? He's getting hungry. Yeah, I'm going to wrap up here in a minute. I was trying to do one world per stream on Yoshi, and I figured that would last about 2 months. Although I don't know if I mentioned this or not. I bought Borderlands the other day. It was like $7 on Xbox. I've played maybe 3-4 hours. And it's so funny. The first like big bad that you fight, his name is Nine Toes. And he's one of the psychos. Yeah, I'll pull him up so you guys can see what I'm actually fucking talking about. Okay, yeah, here it is. Here's the image right here. So Nine Toes shows up, and the fucking thing goes, also, he has 3 balls. That's a good fucking joke. And then you have like the pencil sketch animation. The shit's so funny. And the movie, I will say, if I was a Borderlands fan, I'd be fucking furious. It captured none of that. Like, whatsoever. Like, you can tell they were kind of trying to do like the Guardians thing, but that movie I think was dead upon casting. Like, I don't usually get too worked up about casting because you just don't know how an actor is going to transform. But Kevin Hart as the soldier guy, whose shoulders were about as wide as my fucking room, and he's like 6'3". And what are you doing? And then you casted Kate Blanchett to be 25 when she's 60. Like, yeah, she's a hot 60-year-old, but she's 60. I mean, if you want to cast Anya Taylor-Joy or one of these other fucking hammerheads, that's the time to do it. God, I can see why the Borderlands the Borderlands fans are pissed. And the movie sucked. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. Like, Claptrap is like a little amusing gimmick in the game, and he kind of guides you around. And in the movie, he just won't shut the fuck up. I haven't even run into the Bunny Ears girl yet, Tina or whatever. Breaking hips in Borderlands. CJ, that sounds like it could be another porno from the way you're going right now. But yeah, like the zany humor of the game, I just don't think functions. Oh my God. I typed in Nine Toes and this fucking came up. Jesus Christ. There's no way this is real. This dude looks like a fucking alien. Gross. My God. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up. I went fucking way longer than I intended. So for the people that care, I'm going to leave this video up on both channels. Just so people can see it. And then I have a new channel. It's in the description. The link to it is in the description. It's just called Filthy Casual Live. And that's for my live streams. I'm going to re-upload them there. Obviously, this will just be unlisted, so you guys will have it in your history. No big deal. But I'm just doing that because it seems like a algorithm thing. Like all the big channels that I watch, like Mauler, Nerdrotic, Critical Drinker, they all do their live streams on their main channel and then move them to a second channel. And I'm assuming purely algorithm stuff. I don't know if it'll matter for a channel of my size, but, you know, whatever. It takes 2 seconds and I already did it. So that's where the stuff will be re-uploaded. As far as the channel goes, I'll be honest, I've been so busy with work and just trying to catch up on shows and, you know, my own shit, studying for the stupid FE, that I know I've slowed down the content. I'm going to try to watch the Terminator show, maybe do a full review. I'm going to try to watch Sweet Home Season 3, maybe do a full review. Movie-wise, I think there's something coming out this weekend. Let me see. I could have sworn there was something coming out that I thought looked at least middling, and I don't know what it was. I'm not sure if you got... Oh, Beetlejuice. So Beetlejuice, I might go see this weekend and put a video up for. Yeah. But beyond that, it's just kind of... I'm trying to squeeze stuff in whenever I can. Hopefully I'll pass this fucking test and I won't have to study anymore. And then I can commit more time to finishing up my book, work on videos, and just have more time for the YouTube shit in general. But yeah, I think that's it for today. Jay, so for the request for September, I have The Killer, Chinese original, and newer one with Michael Fassbender. And then I have Deadwood from Tyler. Istad, you're like 3 or 4 months behind. You need to start picking shit. And Bear the Dog, who's my other friend in real life. I think he just wanted me to watch Band of Brothers. I don't even know if he cares. But he's also a month or two behind. And a giant cunt. Yeah, I think that's it. You know, subscribe to the other channel because, you know, if you guys want to watch the live streams, oh my God, the live streams or the reuploads, iStat says go fuck yourself. So I guess iStat's plan right now is just to stay a member for a really long time and then make me watch like all of Bleach or something and just be a complete fucking asshole. Or Dragon Ball Z or some shit. But I think for September, that's kind of all the updates. My test is the 30th. So for this month, at least, I'll be preoccupied. I don't have anything else. If any of you want me to watch something, just become a member. Let me know. Thanks, Jay. You know, it's $5 a month, and I feel like it's pretty fair because it takes me, depending on what you recommend, if I watch a 2-hour movie, take an hour at least to do the video, $5 for 3 or 4 hours. I think it's pretty fair. And also, my channel is small enough for me to do that still. So, okay, iStat says he'll stop being a little bitch and recommend something. So I should get another recommendation from him too. I'm sure there's plenty of anime shows you want me to watch, you fucking homo. Fucking Anohana or some shit. Make a channel so I can make you watch Your Lie in April. But yeah, I'll try to get stuff out when I can. This is definitely a bit of a slow period, but I'm going to do my intention is to cover Beetlejuice 2, Am I Racist, the Daily Wire movie, the Superman movie about Christopher Walken. It's a documentary. It looked fucking sad from the trailer, so there's that. But TV wise, you know, I'm constantly watching anime and reading books, trying to get caught up on stuff to recommend. Yeah, I think that's it. And you know, the people who are members like Jay and Tyler and IFAG, just keep recommending me good stuff. I mean, you guys have been on a roll. I mentioned before, maybe I should do like a year. Like when you guys are members for a year, I should do like a 2-for-1. I think that would be a good deal for you guys. You know, recommend me 2 things to watch in a month instead of 1. And that means you'll have been members for a whole year, which is also nice. Maybe one day I'll stop being lazy and try to find an emoji of some sort so you guys don't just have the star with a little bit of color around it, but whatever. But, okay. Yeah, that's it for today. Assuming most of you are in America, enjoy your Labor Day. Go grill out and watch college football tonight or whatever and have fun. Yeah. All right. See you guys later. Toodaloo.